Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises unto YAHAWAH BaHashem, YAHAWASHI BaHashem, RICANS, YAHAWAH being the name of the Heavenly Father, whom the world ignorantly calls God, YAHAWASHI being the name of His Son, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Double honors to the elders and apostles, the great millstone, shalom to my AHPARYAM, YAHAWAH, who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this found captivity. This is Brother Kawako coming at you with another lesson. Today's lesson, let's get a scripture first. Jeremiah 31 verse 37, thus saith the Lord, if heaven above can be measured, and the foundation of the earth searched out beneath, I will also cast off all the seed of Israel for all that they have done, saith the Lord. So, there's a lot that goes into this, and basically the lesson today is how, let me be more specific. The promise that the Lord had made is still for the people whom He made the promise to. Alright, now, with that being said, I'm trying to be careful with my wording here, but there is a certain group of people that has convinced the world that they are the people or the new people or whatever, and we are basically there was an analogy on it, and I'm not gonna break down why, because I've already done that before, and I don't want to get this video taken down. But we're gonna get into just a little bit on this, because this brother had said something very interesting, which also at the same time is very true. All right, this also does apply to the whole. He was using it in the sense of applying it to the whole church, the Christian church. All right, so he's not talking about that. And you know what? I'm speaking of which, I'm not going to talk about the imposters. Fuck. Slack. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about the other people. Myself. All right. Now we're talking about the Christian church. Okay, the Christians. This is what we're talking about. Slakia. This is what we're talking about, the Christians. So let's get into the analogy that he had made. Very great analogy. Link to the video. The whole video is going to be in the description. But let's hear him out.
When clearly it's not you. You know what that's like? That's like going to a championship, right? You got a 4-game championship or 7-game championship, like an NBA. And then you have a team that look like a particular team. Let me just say that. An all-black team. And they look like a particular team, right? And then when it comes to the game 7, right, or they win the championship, then what you'll have happen is 6 years or 10 years down the line, they place themselves, because there's a promise coming to this team who will be inducted into the Hall of Fame. So then what they do is they induct themselves. Now it's an all-white team that did all the work and got all the punishment and the stress and the struggles of the so-called black team. So then they put themselves in that position to make it seem like it's them. And then what happens is then they want to take all the credit because they know there's a promise coming to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. This is exactly what you see just happen. You have a people that kick people out. They've adopted a heritage, took it on as themselves, put themselves in a place, and said they would have promised. Now they the ones that got all the tortures and struggles. So now they want to get the reward of something that they never earned, right? That was never for them.
So yeah, a lot of Christians talk about, that, and you can get a better understanding of what he's saying. The link to his video is going to be in the description of this video. But that's basically how it is. Christian church, is basically saying, because that's what we're talking about right now. Okay, Christian church is trying to disqualify the fact that the Lord is only dealing with the Israelites and trying to make it so that everyone can be saved, and by extension they are a part of the promise. Now, what is the promise? Let's see if I actually remember to get that out. Romans chapter 9 verse 8, that is, they which are the children of the flesh, these are not the children of Yahweh, but the children of the promise are counted for the seed. Now, out of context, that is normally taken, all right, out of context to mean that people anyone can be saved. They don't really go too much into that, but let's actually get some context with this. Let's see where it starts. Let's start at okay, let's start verse 6. Not as though the word of Yahweh hath taken none effect, for they are not all Israel which are of Israel, neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they all children, but in Isaac shall thy seed be called. Okay, so it is because they are the seed of Abraham and Isaac and of Jacob. All right, this is the full understanding. This is a full thing. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And in addition to that, the Lord had already established that I am going to. Let me see if I can find it. Genesis chapter 26, verse. Let's start at verse 3. Sojourn in this land, and I will be with thee, and will bless thee. For unto thee and unto thy seed I will give all these countries, and I will perform the oath which I swear unto Abraham thy father, and I will make thy seed to multiply as the sand, as the stars of heaven. And let me start over at verse 4. And I will make thy seed to multiply as the stars of heaven, and will give unto thy seed all these countries, and in thy seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed. Okay, now let's also get this. Hosea chapter 1 verse 10. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand as the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, Ye are not my people, there shall be said unto them, Ye are the sons of the living power. So basically, the children of Israel, okay, in the seed of Isaac, Abraham and Isaac, all right, and the son of Isaac is Jacob and Esau, but it is Jacob because the Lord is the one that had established, the promise with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Now let me see if I can actually find that, because there was one thing I forgot. I just forgot the thing. I forgot the what's it called? So Genesis chapter 25 verse 23, and the Lord said unto her, Two nations are in thy womb, and two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other, and the elder shall serve the younger. All right. Yeah. So the elder, being Esau, shall serve the younger, being Jacob. Okay, so the one that's going to be in charge, the one that's supposed to be in charge, is Israel. All right, and that's whom, once again, that's whom the seed is being called. That's whom the Lord was always dealing with. The Lord was always dealing with Jacob. Now I was about to say Isaac, Slakia, Jacob. All right. So in addition to that, the Lord even stated before they were born that the elder was going to serve, or supposed to serve, the younger. All right. But you had all this stuff happen where, the birthright was Esau some lentils soup or whatever, and then in addition to that, the blessing, all right, what's it called, Isaac had given it to Jacob instead of Isaac had given it to Jacob instead of Esau. Okay, so basically that's what this is the reality of what happens. Okay, so as a result of that, yes, going back to Romans chapter 9 verse 8, verse 8. The children of promise. Okay, the Most High YAHAWAH, he already knew what was going on. He already knew what was going to happen. So obviously, all the stuff that led up to what happened was, in fact, the Lord already knowing that, and just telling them at a time this is what it is, and this is how it's going to be. Okay, regardless of the steps that it took, that was taken to get there, it was already established. It was already, written down that this is what the Lord was going to do. All right. Now, with that, yes. So another thing is, how the seed of the Israelites are going to be multiplied. Like, it's going to be so many of them. All right. The reason for that, or it's lucky, not even the reason for that, but the explanation on how that is because there are actually so many Israelites. All right. We cannot number them. In addition to that, there's also the diaspora of Israelites that look like the other nations, but are actually Israelites. All right. So there are going to be Israelites that look like so-called white people, so-called Chinese people, so-called Indians, so-called whatever. Okay. They're going to be Israelites that look like different nations, but in actuality, they are Israelites. Okay. And the thing is, if you were to take a whole poll based on race or whatever, specifically a poll on the global population, all right, and you do it based on race, it's going for a proper what's the word, or proper statistics, because a lot of people, they don't know that they are Israelites. Okay, they have to be awoken to the fact that they are in fact Israelites. All right. So, it is a very dishonest thing when you hear people be like, okay, well, yeah, fucking Slakia, yeah, well, now we can take it. They rejected YAHAWASHI. Oh, now it's open for everyone. Oh, now it's people. We're the children of promise now because you guys rejected YAHAWASHI. Okay, well, regardless of the fact that we did or not, the thing is that the Lord is still dealing with the Israelites. All right, and the Lord is going to pick the Lord is going to basically renew the Israelites. All right, in the sense of getting rid of the tares, or getting rid of the wicked ones, destroying the old men, okay, and receiving and renewing the new men. All right, those that have repented and are attempting to make things right with Yahweh. This was one of the biggest things, and we see a great awakening. Actually, funnily enough, I freaking should have saved that video. Now, this is the type of stuff that actually gets really complicated, because when I was watching this like really good video. Hold on. There's this video where Esau was talking about how when the world gets very, wicked, that's when is this it? When the world starts to get wicked, that's when there's some changes that need to happen. Alright? If you can bear with me one moment, I want to see if I can find it. I highly doubt it, but I will try regardless. Okay, whatever. Okay, it's fine. Basically, what happened was there was this one Edomite that was talking about how when things get really bad, when things, start to go really sour, and in terms of like wickedness growing. Oh, I should have sent it. Oh, whatever, it's fine. When things start to get bad, there's usually a spiritual awakening at the same time where there are some people that are, abstaining and separating themselves from the wicked people, whereas the mass majority of people are going to be destroyed. I forgot which country it was. I believe it was Rome that was the one that he was that was the country that the nation that he was talking about, and he said that if they were doing it and the Lord destroyed them, who's to say that the Lord's not coming for us? All right. If I find that video, I'm gonna link it in the description for you to see it yourself. All honor, glory, and praise unto YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, BASHAM, RICANS, double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone, Abad, Babal, and Shalom.